I'm I'm done with school for the summer. Uh, I passed 3 out of 4 of my classes. Well, like one of the classes I just dropped because they were like, I don't know, maybe like it was like around like 5 weeks or so where I uh I wasn't even going to fucking school, bro. Cause I just got all depressed and stuff after visiting a family member. And I got depressed because of like what she was telling me, and it was really distressing knowing that I wasn't near any of them, to be helpful in any way. But yeah, man, I'm just I'm proud of myself that I finished out the year and I passed through my classes with 2.8, almost 2.9 GPA despite everything. And I even one of my math classes was my college algebra classes. I uh I went to that class maybe like fucking like not even like 6 times in that whole semester, bro. And I got a 83. I got a 83 um on the exam that went over all the units, bro. And I'm genuinely proud of myself that I accomplished that and that I did that. And the like the secondary thing I learned, the second thing I learned, the secondary thing that I learned is that how fast things can like turn into like a slippery slope, you know? And the primary thing that I learned is that once I am, engaged with the material, like I understand 90% of it when I actually show up to class and like genuinely engage with the lesson and everything. Like I understand it. You know what I mean? And even if a topic were to come up that were confusing or I didn't understand it right away, I was like, okay, if I just like watched some videos on it, did additional research on my own on it, I'm pretty sure I can like grasp it. And and that was the most helpful realization for me. And it was like a confidence booster. It boosted my confidence, and I'm not a confident person at all. And it was a win, bro. That this year was a win. Just straight up, bro. Well, there's the road to the quad feed done, I guess. But whatever. 4 videos strong. That's good. That's a win to me. And I'm glad I want to make sure I do something productive for the summer as well. You know? Like I don't want to just I don't want to just like sit around and do nothing all day, sit in the dark room, let my room stink up, smell like ass, jerk off, and I don't want to do it under that, bro. Like, I want to do something productive. Like I want to at least do one thing that's related to my interests in psychology. Just one thing. And it doesn't have to be for the whole summer either. You know, it could just be like for a week. It could just be once a week, twice a week, maybe. It could be whatever. But just something that paves the road or begins the trend of building experience, or that does begin to build experience. That's what I'm most excited for. I suck with that gun, bro. I just suck with that fucking gun. And dude, I got so fat, bro. I gained like fucking 30 or 40 pounds, bro. And I'm so upset with myself over that. You know? Like I am so upset and I'm trying to get better. Because dude, like I want to study abroad for a semester or two in my junior year, and dude, I don't want to go to Spain or wherever country I end up going to. Fat as fuck, being the fat American, bro. I don't want to do that, bro. So I want to make sure I go for walks and just start off with something. Dude, that could have been a fucking triple, bro. That could have been a triple. I should have been patient. I should have been patient. But dude, I'm so fucking scared to put myself out there, bro. I'm so scared to put myself out there, bro, especially in the city. I'm not a city boy, bro. I'm a country boy at heart, bro. And fuck. I feel like it seems like everyone around me is so goddamn outgoing and like sociable, or it seems like they make connections seamlessly, bro. Where me, it's like a struggle. Like I actively struggle to do that, bro. And I just, man. And I hate the fuck that I'm the big as fuck, you know what I mean? I hate how I'm all big as hell, but then I'm just shy, you know, big and shy. Like, damn, you know, like that's what I hate about it the most. I also know that I trip over stupid things and I can be dramatic, bro, but I just, yeah, man, it's just frustrating, agitating to even think about. You know, I did make a good friend though. I think I told you, explained this earlier in a different video, but I did make a good friend at college, and it was like we had like an eerily amount of things, or an eerie amount of things in common, bro. Bro, really, what a bitch ass grenade, bro. What a bitch ass grenade. Whatever. And I'm so glad I made friends with this guy and I met him. And dude, it was crazy because like he opened up to me first. You know what I mean? Without even knowing anything about me and not knowing about the fact that I went through that too. You know what I mean? Or I faced the same struggle, bro, and actively deal with the same struggle. Like, I don't think this dude. It was crazy how that worked out, bro. And I don't think I'll ever meet anyone like that ever again, where it's just complete and utter coincidence like that, you know. And I haven't even talked to this dude in like months, but I feel like I can talk to this dude anytime I want, even though I really haven't. We'll see about talking to him again because I know that he would appreciate me reaching out and actually hanging out and doing something with him. You know, um, maybe I'll make it a point to do that this summer. You know, to get to know him more deeply. Good game, gentlemen. Good game. But yeah, that should be definitely be on my list. Summer. Yeah, that's the end of the series. Hit the quad feed. Feel me? The quad feed wasn't even Look how close that was. If I was more patient, that could have been a triple. But I don't get why I don't get why my quad feed wasn't the play of the game. But whatever. But yeah, man, I should make it a point to do that this summer. Definitely. Torque. I've never played this map in a regular mode. I've only ever played this map as snipers only. We'll see how it goes, bro. Like I think I shared this with you guys maybe, but I'm in recovery, and I'm like, let's see here. I'm like a year and 7 months, a year and 6 or 7 months sober. Dude, I remember like a month or so ago, I was hanging out with some of my friends from my hometown. They came into town, for a concert and whatnot. And the first time, one of the friends came with my relative, and I went to a concert with them. And it was really good. Corbin, dude, that's the first time I ever uh seen an artist live that I actually enjoy. You know what I mean? And I thought his voice was like, his voice sounded better. Like for real, it sounded so good, dude. Like, well, anyways, they were using, you know, and I truly didn't mind it. You know what I mean? I truly didn't mind it. I don't know why I didn't, but I just didn't. Even though uh my friends her beer, bro, it was like it looks so appetizing, bro. It looks so frothy. So it looks so smooth. It looked plush. Like I could just, I could just imagine tasting it in the body of that drink being so plush and so nice, bro. Beautifully carbonated, nice, sweet foam on top. You know what I mean? Nice malty notes. Um, but still, I remember not feeling agitated. I just remember thinking like, that looks good. You know what I mean? That looks refreshing as fuck. Um, and then they're getting high, of course, which I truly did not mind. It was weed. You know, I'm one of those people in recovery that doesn't place a big emphasis on weed, whereas there are people who say weed is just as bad. You know what I mean? And there's still a group of people that think it's ridiculous to go to rehab for marijuana. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those people, but I wouldn't go to treatment for marijuana use myself. Um, yeah. And then 1 year later, about around a month or so ago, the one friend, that had the beer that I was like looking at, it looked frothy and delicious, that friend. And then not my relative, that person didn't come that time, but then a group of other friends came from back home. They were all using, drinking, getting high. And I of course I said, like I don't mind, whatever. But you know what, bro? I did mind. I did mind. And it bothered me so much. It made me feel so alone, and it made me feel like I was being a Debbie Downer. Most of all, I felt like I was being a Debbie Downer, bro. I mean, um, I wish I had spoken up. I wish I would. I wish I would have in the moment recognized that. Hey, you can cut this visit short. You're not obligated to like visit these people. You can say, hey man, I'm gonna head out, but you guys take care. And I would have done nothing wrong by doing that. You know. And I don't want to be in the mindset of thinking like, oh, you should have. That's not a healthy place for me to be either because it spirals so fast for me thinking in that way of you should have. But get the fuck out of my way, you whore. I'm doing terrible. I don't give a fuck. I already hit the clip. I hit the quad, bro. Whatever. And I remember feeling so disappointed in myself, and I remember feeling such a bitch, bro, that I didn't speak up, bro. You know, knowing that the people, um, that those people that I seen, knowing that like if I said something, they would have been, like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Knowing that they would have respected it. Um, my main fear was always just like I'll say no, I'll set a boundary of some sort, and then afterwards, as I leave, the people, they'll talk and they'll be like, "Is something wrong with him? Is he all right?" You know what I mean? That's what I worry about the most. Is people worrying about me. I don't like that one fucking bit, bro. And any addict or user, bro, you guys don't like being people worrying about you, bro, because it makes you feel fucking terrible. You know what I mean? Especially when you're in use. It's just it makes a lot of people feel terrible because you're not being healthy, and like them worrying is valid. You know what I mean? Um, but that's what it's agitating, truly, bro. It's agitating. And I spoke to that about that with my therapist, and she was like, "You're not obligated." You know what I mean? Or no, she didn't say that. I was talking to my AI, bro. I was talking to Chat GPT, bro. And it said that it doesn't have to be a full blown like get together, a whole night out. It could just simply be a visit, catching up on things, and then that's it, you know. And then see you later. And it feels comforting knowing that I have that freedom. So nice collab. That could have been another quality, but I got nervous. And yeah, and then one of those friends is coming back into town again for another concert. This person just loves going to concerts. Um, and I didn't want to go because I didn't like the artist, bro. Like, I think the artist is trash, respectfully. But and so, and then this friend, she wants to hang out again, and wish me luck for setting a boundary that's not really a boundary, just saying, just a visit, and then let that be. It doesn't have to be a whole night. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think it'll go well. And I'm secretly hoping that this person fades away in terms of like consistent contact where it's every once in a great while. You know what I mean? I feel weird and bad for saying that out loud, but it's the truth, bro. It removes a lot of it removes a lot of pressure off of me. Same with the other friends that same with the other friends, bro. Same with the other friends that I seen about a month ago. I hope they don't really contact me on their own anymore. You know what I mean? Like I hope they don't feel obligated to maintain connection with me, bro. How messed up does that sound? You know? How messed up does that sound? Truly. Maybe and I know for a fact I'm overthinking that like crazy, bro. And the reason why I'm the meetup is happening because it's recovery related. You know what I mean? It's recovery related. So I'm like, this will be actually be healthy for me and be a good thing for me because I don't go out enough as it is. You know what I mean? At the same time, practicing applying soft boundaries. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be good for me. You know, so I'll just put up with all the weirdness. Not even about the whole situation, but just knowing that I'll feel awkward. You know how you feel like you know how you feel like a squirrel, you feel like a lizard or something when you haven't gone out in a long time. And you go out all of a sudden. Like whatever, I'm gonna feel that way. Whatever, bro. Like it is what it is.